VigilanteWilliamson here on the 12th episode of VW Casual. Usually it's just a show about nothing. I do have a subject I'm going to talk about this episode. Doing something differently though. Just stream bot elements with me because this show is actually early. Instead of being late, I'm early. And so to wait for people to come in, I'm actually just going to play a little Donkey Kong Country. This will not be a primary gaming stream. I'm just going to talk. A few subjects I actually do want to get to. One is in the title. One of the stars, I've already forgot the guy's name, but you know it. If David Harbour, I guess it is. Look up. He was talking some smack about communism. About he doesn't understand why anybody wouldn't be a socialist. And I think a lot of it actually comes from if I'm to take what he said as genuine or as reported in the Bombing in the Comics article. Almost died. It's my stupid movement, focusing on talking. But if I'm supposed to take what he said as genuine, I would assume he doesn't understand socialism. And that he's almost referring like I don't know. He doesn't understand economics to the extent that he thinks he does. We'll get into that as more people kind of funnel. And I figure since there's no Inquisition, I think Doomcock is doing a stream though. I figure since there's no Inquisition, I will provide something a little bit different. And I'm still trying to evolve the channel, trying to do different things. I realized yesterday, which was, if you want to check it out, my worst stream ever, in my opinion. And I'm like, okay, I can't just not stream. Oh, shit. Got to get those streaming muscles exercised. It's so bad, no one's showing up. Oh, boy. That's fun. Nothing's more fun. And I'm assuming YouTube notifications are part of the culprit. But you know what? Don't want to always assume that. Maybe I've pissed off fans. I'm trying to reformat things. Maybe I said something. Maybe was it something I said? Oh no. What did I do? That's kind of the point of playing this. So at least while waiting for people to come in, I've got something to do. If people do come in, hopefully they will. About 15-20 minutes of this pre-game gaming. I guess is what to call it. And then we'll get to the show as I die. To kind of give you guys a heads up, I haven't recorded the review, but I do have it completely written, and I will be recording it afterwards. And then I wanted to do a few videos to open up the week. There'll probably be some clips from this show, because like I said, there are some subjects I want to talk about. Still more clips from Cameron Pasha's interview, which a lot of you guys are watching. Thank you for watching the playback. I think a lot of you are finding me because Cameron Pasha is such a excellent person to talk to. You probably went like, I got to see more interviews, and found mine. So thank you if that's how you got here. And I hope you like your stay on the channel. Like I said, I'm trying to do things differently. It's primarily live streams, and I'm still going to do quite a bit of live streams as you see now. But I'm working on a long form review, and I'm trying to do more daily content, more shorter, easy to consume content for all the things that I don't necessarily get to in my live streams. Or like I want to talk about, but I don't really have a ton to say. So those sort of things are happening. Can get where the fuck bananas are. So you get better results if you start late. If I would have started this later, I think more people would be here. Shit. About the 15-minute mark. Regardless of where I am, unless I'm close to a save point or something, I'm gonna probably end the game and then get into the subjects I want to talk about. Shout out to stream element. I wonder. Shit. There's something else going on YouTube. That's the hard thing about a channel is like, I get that's kind of why I started to switch up. Like certain engagement numbers are going down. So I used to have a lot of people waiting on my streams, even a few minutes out. And now I started stream. I'm streaming for 5 minutes. Maybe 2 people watching. Shout out to the 2 people here. And I appreciate you being here. We're just as a pre-game warm-up, waiting for more people to kind of come in before we start rambling about the stuff I want to ramble about. Oh, geez, that was smooth. So maybe I'll just give it some time. But thank you if you do show up, or if you watch this playback. More appreciated. Gotta work on my singing voice, obviously. No, that's a death. Jesus. Some stuff done today. I got a couple videos recorded. Don't have the review recorded, but I do have it kind of proofread, and I read through it. I've rehearsed it. I had a rehearsal done, and that's important. Oh shit! No, hey. A rehearsal can be just as important as anything, because it's. Yeah, we're out of here. Oh, Brutal Morningwood is lurking and playing his game. Nothing wrong with that. Appreciate the lurk. I'm just happy that we got to this level. I got incentive to keep going. 3 a.m. Hard to come by. What is happening in Singapore? Oh man, you're in Singapore, Noble Iro? That's dope. What's happening in Singapore? What's happening in Singapore? Seems pretty cool. Oh, shit. Jeez. I think I played this board. Probably did. Oh, jeez. Oh, you're not in Singapore. It's at least 8 a.m. there. I can't type that shit because it's 3 a.m. Where are you, Noble Iro? As I keep. All right, fuck this game. Yeah, I did play this level. Oh, I fucked it up. That's excellent. Hell, Parrot. My people are starting to funnel in. This is not going to be a primary gaming stream. This is just some gaming to let people funnel in. I'm assuming Europe, then. I'm not a time zone expert, but that's my guesstimate. Or that England, which I guess is no longer part of European Union. It's still part of the European continent, obviously, but oh, Jesus. Oh, a little bit north of Greece. Okay, so you are in Europe. So our American education system is not good. So geography of Europe, I do not know. So I'm sure everyone in the chat knows exactly what country that is. That's north of Greece. But unfortunately, Detroit, Southfield, and another place, which I won't mention because that would dox me more than I already have. Those public school systems did not give me the proper geography knowledge to know where you are. But I hope it's well there. I hope you're well there. And I appreciate you being here up so early or late, depending on which it is. And if you just drift off to this, that's cool too, man. Just whatever Whatever floats your boat and finds your lost remote. I think it's the hottest place on earth right now. I'm not sure. I mean, everywhere. It's pretty hot here. It's hot everywhere. I'm in the Carolinas. It's just smoldering everywhere. Global warming, man. No, I'm just joking. Damn it. Jesus, 100 degrees Fahrenheit today, 107 tomorrow. And brutal morning with degrees. So yeah, you got that right. I don't know nothing about geometry, like continents and stuff. That's geography. I don't know if that was a joke, but given the American education system, it doesn't have to be, right? Like, I mean, our education system, we talk about how shitty it is now. And it's shitty. And actually, I'm probably going to do a video on just how shitty it's gotten. And combine that with some other stuff. If you saw me on the shitter, I found a tweet with some disturbing stuff. And I'm like, lay that into some other disturbing stuff in the video. I'll either have out tomorrow or Tuesday. Because that's the day of the game. We're going to do a lot more videos in this. Oh, I accidentally missed. But our education system's always been shitty. Now it's just abusive. And we're going to get in, say 15, maybe 20. We want to beat this level. See if I can at least get to a save point. If I can't, I can't. It is what it is. Damn it. Damn it. Kind of joking, but seriously, in 6th grade, they put me in the room and had me play Uno until graduation. Yeah. So I didn't graduate elementary school. It was weird. My elementary school, I started out, went up to 6th grade. So you were supposed to graduate in the 6th grade and then go to a different school in the 7th. But then I moved to another middle school that started at 6th grade. I just went to 5th to 6th grade. I just switched schools instead of having like you graduated to middle school. Should have got that free life, but I could have screwed it up. Who knows? I still want to kind of rush through. I do want to get to the subjects I want to talk about. I wanted to give time to people to fill in, but maybe that's just not going to happen. I just got to deal. But then the thing is, I'll get so many people who come late, like right as I'm leaving, it's like 15 people show up. Jeez, and I keep doing the same parts. And so it's like, okay, maybe if I burn a little time, gives people more time to, get a notification from ScrewTube. And speaking of ScrewTube, fucking TikTok. So I got actually my most successful video this week. I probably said something about this yesterday because I repeat myself as an old man. I'm old and feeble. I can't do the. Oh, damn it! Oh, fuck that beat. Shit. Excited to open sensibility frames. Oof. Fuck it. But TikTok, I've heard. Oh, come on. I've heard that it may have like some honeypot elements to its algorithm, and I believe it. I got to, all my first few videos all did close to 200 or better. A lot of them 400, 500, 700, and then I did a video on Rachel Nichols. Did almost 4,000, may even be at 4,000 views on TikTok, right? And got, quite a few followers out of it. But then, oh, Jesus. But then my next video does too. Now, my Cameron Pasha video I put up there is at 300. Last time I checked, could be more. I haven't checked. And I think I checked once earlier when I woke up. Oh, Jesus. We're at the 15-minute mark. You know what we're going to go to this last life? gonna actually do my best to do what I got to do, and then hopefully I'll do my best. That's not gonna work. Okay, fine. We'll do it live. After this last live, we'll just go ahead and start the show officially. I mean, I already did the Vigilante Williamson intro, but still want to, get into the show, get into the subjects I want to talk about, because we do have subjects to talk about. It's like some people. Oh, Jesus. Oh, there goes that free man. So yeah, we this is all we got. So you should be disappointed with me, man. You should be very disappointed in my performance. Oh, Jesus. Okay, this might preserve us. Yeah, I think it will. So that gives us a little bit more life. Oh, Jesus, I'm trying to dodge this thing. Oh, come on. Let me get this damn checkpoint after all this shit. Okay. Let's get this up there. I feel like you can... Oh, fuck it. Oh, jeez. This is death. One more life. One more try. Luckily, a few people are starting to funnel in, which is the whole point of playing a game to start, And I want to do something to differentiate. Oh, Jesus. Well, there you go. You swapped to Diddy. It's too late now, Jens. We're dead. But that's it. I'm not going to... This is not a primary gaming stream. That was not the point of starting. It was actually to give people a chance to funnel in so we can talk about the subjects I want to talk about as I exit the game. It's a couple. A lot of them Black Widow related, NBA related. Some of the stuff we'll have videos on. But the main point is I want to differ. I'm really focusing on branding. A demonic word. I don't mean it in a demonic way. But I'm focusing on trying to do things differently on the channel. Hey, Kaylee D. But I realized two things when it comes to streaming. Hey, Jens, Broom, Morning Wood, everyone who's starting to funnel in. One, I do need to stream for me. I need to stream for you guys. I need to stream to get better. It's still a huge part of my getting better. And if you don't do it, you lose it. Because yesterday was my worst stream ever. You want to check out me and my shittiest? Check out yesterday's stream. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. But I'm still trying to reformat the channel. And I want VW Casual to be different from the Vigilante Ways and show. And I'm going to be potentially starting a new show in a couple weeks or a week or so, maybe a week and a half. Actually, less than that. I think it's a week from Monday. With some other friends of the channel. So we're going to be doing something different on their channel. And I want this channel to be good. I got a few videos. I already got the next few days of videos planned out. I am working on a review. So that's why I started this episode with a little bit of a game so people can funnel in. We have something to talk about. I said Black Widow. And this is actually going to be one of the little blurb videos I'll do. But it made a lot of fucking money. And Hailcast in the Shadows, greetings programs, greeting cast in the Shadows, creator of this great logo. This great logo. But you can buy on Teespring. And the Stream Elements bot will let you know at some point. At some point. It hasn't been that active of a chat. So he's a little shy. But as things goes on, we'll talk about it. But Black Widow made a lot of money. And I know there's a lot of negativity on it, but it doesn't matter. I'm not going to see it. I'm not going to do a review. I'm not going to, I have no interest in Marvel after WandaVision. But the thing that puzzles me and is crazy to me, or not necessarily puzzles me, but the thing that's important to me is what will normies think? Because that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold says so. What do normies think of it? That's if you're invested in the MCU. as if you're invested. Like parts of me just says Disney is ruins all. Everything they touch, I have to just get over it like a breakup and move on. There's a part of me that says that. And then there's a part of me that says, well, I really do like some of these characters. I do want it to get better, right? But 99% of me, and I've said it time and time again, we can't change these people's minds. They're not doing this it's not about the money. It's about sending a message. They have reasons for doing what they do. But the thing is, the only way we're going to get something different is if not only Black Widow makes a lot of money. I think that could be a positive. But if it's a negative movie, a movie that normies feel like, you know what, I wish I hadn't saw that. Or I wish this wasn't, that. And I don't know that it's necessarily that bad. You want a Last Jedi moment. You want a moment where millions and millions and millions of people see something they don't like. Last Jedi made 1.8 billion. So this 200 million that Black Widow made could be a good thing if this movie is bad enough. And I haven't seen it. You guys can tell me. Is it bad enough to be Last Jedi material? Because if not, if it isn't, if it's just, it could have been better. Yeah, there's some stupid stuff. There's some woke stuff, but it's got enough normie bait to keep going. We're going to get more of it. I think the MCU's death may have been overstated. They may have another couple years going. It may be dead creatively, but they may have a couple years going, and I'll have a couple years going off Ogre Squatcher's tips. Holy shit. $101.61 from Ogre Squasher, who I know has been working hard. Not hardly working. He's a hard working man. And I appreciate he's training. I don't know if I'm supposed to say everything. Training and stuff. In between training, I hope I'm entertaining, man. Thank you, Ogre Squasher. Holy shit. Always appreciate it. Never obligated. I hope I don't wake up in a bathtub without a kidney from Ogre Squasher one day. Or that sentient dildo isn't right and he's like money laundering. 101 reasons why Black Widow sucked. Did you see it, Ogie? Did you see Ogre Squasher? Did you see Black Widow? R. Farhay. He says, I've checked out of Hollywood full stop. That's fair. Black Widow made Disney money like Captain Marvel. There would be seats that are about but no shows and not get a refund. Yeah. Captain Marvel, I don't give a fuck, man. There's some funky business that happened with those seats. They did charity runs. They did a lot of stuff to get a lot of people like to fudge the numbers, basically. They would buy out theaters and there'd be like 3 or 4 people, but somehow they sold out. Stuff like that. It was a lot of funky stuff for those numbers. I'm not sure if that's happening with Black Widow. We'll see. And Ogre Squasher said it was terrible. After saying 101 reasons. Plus the 61 cent. Don't with the little taxes, those 61 cent, those pennies, boy, those pennies. And Ogie says it was terrible. A lot of people said it was terrible, but I've heard it was average, man. It's not like the MCU, man. The past 5 years of the MCU haven't been good. That's why I'm higher on Black Panther than a lot of other people. It's not race. Because, Black Panther CGI was trash. But it's just the fact that, like, hey, what do you think? What do you think we've been getting, brother? Like, you think Ant-Man and the Wasp is Citizen Kane? Like, nah, man. Like, these movies have not been Captain Marvel. Like, look at the other movies it's surrounded by. The past 3 or 4 years is one of the better ones. To me, Infinity War is the best Marvel movie is the Winter Soldier. But the best Avengers movie outside the first one might be Infinity War. And that was the payoff. Infinity War and Endgame, which was to me unsatisfactory. That's your payoff, man. But I think Marvel is still going to coast. I don't know. Will the normies think it's terrible? If this can make $1 billion but piss off normies, it's the best thing for us. That's what a lot of people may not like that, but Disney's gonna make money. They're not an evil $1 trillion, whatever the hell they're worth company for nothing, man. They're gonna figure a way to make money. And they've sold a lot of Disney Plus. They've made that a viable platform. A lot of people didn't want it to happen. A lot of people would talk down in the projection. Same thing happened with Black Widow. Oh, it may not make no. Oh, it's not that good. No, it doesn't. That doesn't matter. Normies will still go see Fast and the Furious. They'll go see Marvel movies. Are they going to get bad enough? Are they going to get disrespectful enough? You know what I mean? If they're still fun enough for normies, we're going to get more of it. That's just the truth. You may not like that. You may be upset about that. You may just say, hey, I'm ignoring Arfar. He said he checked out a Hollywood full stop. Not a bad way to do it. I think as far as individuals, that's something we can definitely do. You can check out Hollywood, check out me instead. Check out of Hollywood, check into me. Check out old media. But I think normies are going to still keep the stuff alive. Hail Glenzer, says the NFL will black out games from TV if not enough tickets are sold. So owners buying up tickets to help numbers. I see. Owners buy up tickets to help numbers. Disney's doing the same grift. Yeah, and this used to be the record industry grift. This is why, certain acts would go platinum and then they would get dropped. And you're like, why did they get dropped? Because they didn't really go platinum. They were, you know what I mean? And then other acts would go platinum and they would be celebrated because they did go platinum. You know what I mean? They didn't have to buy out all those albums. So that's how that goes. I mean, I'm sure the same thing still happens, but that's how it was back in the 90s, 2000s and shit. So, yeah, there's definitely some of that. And Disney, with these Marvel movies, have definitely been caught with their hand in the cookie jar. But I don't know with how to the extent with Black Widow, man. I think, and it could, you could have said maybe the Fast and Furious not, but I think there's some genuineness to his numbers. I think a lot of normies wanted some Marvel. I was talking to my brother who was talking to a friend, but a friend we know, and he was just so into the Marvel stuff that's been happening. And say what you will, man, Disney, like I said, not an evil company for nothing. Look what they've done with the marketing of Marvel the first half of this year into, where we are in the early second half. Every week, and I heard this before they were going to do it, every week there's been something in Marvel to come out, whether it's a movie or a TV show. And they've kept that appetite. They've given the fix to the fiends, basically. Like any good dope dealer. They've given the fix to the fiends. And FF10 will be Cars on Mars. Isn't that for real? And even if it is, as long as the normies get their fix. We overstayed the death of, I especially overstayed the death of the theaters. People do want to go to the theater, eat some popcorn, and watch something on the screen. They do, just like they want to go to the theaters and watch actors thousands of years before. It's at this point, it is probably a part of our evolutionary psychology. The theater experience to some extent. And what's up, Ginger Ninja? Are you in the States yet? I know Vegas, which I do not think aren't you going to be in the States for Vegas? I'm not sure how that's going to work for you. But I'm not going to be able to make it to Vegas. I'm just going to declare that now. Because I'm probably going to have to do a family trip a few weeks before. Not have to, but want to. So I'm going to go ahead and do that instead. But I wish I could join you guys in Vegas. If there's another meetup later on or next year, I'm totally down. But I think I'm going to have to miss Vegas, unfortunately. But as far as Black Widow's, the impact, it has to be bad enough for normies to notice. Oh, you'll be in the States from 8-1. I knew it was coming early, but apparently not that early. 8-1. Okay. Cool. The Ginger Ninja. That's cultural appropriation. We're going to miss you, bud. We're going to have meetups every year. Okay, so I'll make next year. Hopefully, I'll be a bigger channel and a smaller person because I got to lose weight. I'm worried about getting on a plane to go to meet my brother in Texas. I mean, honestly, they should charge me for an extra ticket as big as I am. That's just reality. I am that big. Man. I'm going to cover something else I didn't plan on covering. Like I said, there's a few subjects we want to talk about, and I'm talking about this subject with Black Widow. I'm covering the element of Black Widow as well. I appreciate everybody showing up. I got a little worried early on while I was playing Donkey Kong, but now someone like Donkey Kong and Ginger Ninja appropriate all over the culture. What the hell? Problematic Ginger Ninja. Black Widow film is not going to bring in the numbers. Disney knows it. That's why they will buy off some of the tickets. We'll see. We'll see, man. I definitely think that happened for not Black Widow, for Captain Marvel, because their actions show it. Why are you? I heard a rumor that Brie might not even be in a movie now. Not only did they change the title, she may not even be in it. You don't do that if it really made $1 billion. You know what I mean? Your actions will speak. You gotta fudge numbers to save face, but the actions usually speak louder than words. So we will see. Oh man, Bounding is hitting it out of the park. There's a few things we're going to talk about. Bounding is hitting it out of the park with some of the stuff they're covering. So we will talk. Big hearted vigil. Did you see the YouTube McGregor UFC video with the? I saw parts of the clip. I was talking with my brother with this man. UFC has like some incredibly disgusting leg injuries, right, on a regular basis, and it is brutal. Brutal Morningwood goes, yup, in his white tee. Have a look at Ballad of Buster Scruggs' meal ticket. It'll make you think. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, it was brutal. That instead of brutal Morningwood, it was a brutal hanging foot. Holy shit. Oh man, I need to see what he does with that. Was it Mahid? What's the guy who does those animations? Those MMA animations? I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Yes, my foot was a balloon. I'm not sure if it's the same foot or the same leg, ankle, but good Lord. I mean, what was it? It was the guy, it was obviously Anderson Silva, but I'm trying to think of the other guy a few months ago, maybe last year. Can't remember. Fucked his leg up. Someone else. It's just like, God, it's so brutal. Such a brutal sport. So, I mean, God. It's about the Coen brothers. Got a lot to say about entertaining the masses. I see. Coen brothers are pretty good at stuff like that. Yeah, entertaining the masses does not equal making something good. And we can complain about the woke stuff, but if they can, mix it in, the normies won't notice. Speaking of woke stuff, I've talked a little bit about Black Panther. Really want to talk about what one of the stars in the movie, David Harbour, had to say. I don't know who he is. I'm not going to lie. But he says, Black Widow star David Harbour says he doesn't know that there's anyone who could disagree with socialist ideology. And it's like, are you a big enough star to be that detached from reality to say something like this? Or are you just saying this as a shill? Like, genuinely, I don't believe he believes this. If he believes this, it's because he is so ignorant to what a socialist ideology actually is. And by some of his explanation, that may be the case. And hey, Justin Normie, appreciate you being here. When a film uses a dude to make women look like they can fight, it's probably going to fail. Yeah, there's something to be said about that, Jens. Let's see what this character who had no problem being emasculated, at least from what I can see from the previews. Not sure about the movie because, again, didn't see it. He's taking a page out of the ideological playbook of his Black Widow character, the communism-loving Soviet super soldier, Red Guardian. David Harbour recently shared his disbelief at the idea that there's anyone who could disagree with socialist ideology. It's like, really? What? He offered his opinion on socialism during a recent interview with The Guardian, of course, telling staff writer Alexi Duggins that much like his Red Guardian character, I don't know that there's anyone who could disagree with socialist ideology. If you work at Starbucks and you make the coffee, then you should own it. But, okay, you're the one making the coffee. However, the Stranger Things star was not above admitting the fact that the elimination of these things has led to some of the deepest fascism in society. So many people assume communism means to a fascism to a degree. So, like, to me, when he uses this example, that's not an example of communism. I mean, wouldn't you just say shares in a company? There are people who work at Starbucks who have shares of Starbucks. And man, no, I was about to say something about Serena Williams. Sam Williams. In any event, because these ads They throw me off. He's not really like this. This is not necessarily a communist ideal. This could work in capitalism if you, like I said, if you're referring to shares of the company. And I would say in a communist country, you don't get a Starbucks. It doesn't exist. Like it doesn't. The communism destroys the ability for that to develop. He says that's a terrible thing. He added before going on to explain his ideal form of socialism. Of course, he's always got true socialism fallacy. Was not a fascist society where people are punished for stepping out of ideological line. Shit, we're already in that society, sir. But one more akin to a kindergarten type society where we share things. That's my ideal society, asserted Harbour, as opposed to the world where we're hunting and killing and destroying everything for our personal hoarding and our greed. Yeah, everything's bad about greed. So, but my thing is where we share things, who compels people to share things? How does that work? And that's where fascism starts, sir. So he doesn't I'm reading this, and this is what happens with a lot of these actors and these champagne socialists. They don't understand socialism. They have they come up with a false premise and a false belief and say, this is socialism, this is true socialism, we all share things. And well, who compels people to do so? What makes capitalism work, and it's not perfect, mainly because of corporatism, and how evil and greedy these companies can get, and they get power to basically shift market in ways that destroy a free market. That's where you have issues, but that's more corporatism than capitalism. Why capitalism works is it better compels people to do things that are beneficial for society, right? So like I had an example of it earlier. So in a socialist society, who's going to make my table? Or who's going to make this desk that I own? In a capitalist society, somebody makes the desk because they get paid a wage, and that's what they do. They make desks, and then somebody who made my food. Like if you're talking about like who killed the chicken and everything, that's what they're good at. And then I have a role in my regular job. I don't want to necessarily talk about specifics, but it does have a little important role in people getting their goods. So everybody uses their specialty to do something for money, and in doing that, they fit a societal role without having to be compelled to do so by some authoritarian government. And that is something that people who just say, greed, capitalism, man, they don't understand. And as much as we can make fun of them, we should. Like, there's got to be a way to like shake the shit out of them. Like, you're not right, and this is why. All right, let me finish this up. It's not that long of an article. It says, to that end, in the same interview, the actor also noted that he had quit social media following the realization they felt nothing more than a cog in a greedy tech machine that isn't geared towards beautifying humanity in any sort of way. Well, I don't disagree with you with social media, but you don't think you're a cog in a greedy media machine that isn't geared towards beautifying humanity in any sort of way? Oh, boy. So that's the end. Again, I think this guy, he's probably incredibly misguided. If what he's saying is to be believed, he's probably one of these incredibly misguided guys who doesn't realize, again, his premise doesn't really seem socialist, or exclusively socialist at least, and B, not understanding what comes with, what it all entails. You get the good with the bad. So let's see what you guys are saying. Shh, don't tell anyone. I got to keep up my rep, JK. David Harbour should take a long vacation in Venezuela. I agree. I have zero desire to see this at all. I'm a true normie. Normies don't want to watch this crap. So I'll say, okay, that's what I'm wondering. Well, hey, it made $200 million. Maybe those are fudged books, but it made a lot of money. So I'm trying to see if normies are going to, I want normies to see it so they can hate it. I want normies to see it and realize and get shocked, woken up from the shock that the MCU is not what it once was. You make the coffee you own and everything else if you're the dictator. That's true. You'll find more entertainment in the Critical Drinker review of Black Widow. That movie was awful. I have to check it out. He can say this shit because he has a lot of money, and I bet there's a part of him that feels guilty about it. Yeah, that's usually what it entails. And they think communism will solve their guilt. Communism will solve their guilt. Socialist things. Pay your fair share of taxes. Here's the thing. Why not open up your own commune? Why don't communists ever put their money where their mouth is in a practical way. You can open up your own commune in a pseudo capitalist. I don't think we're anywhere near capitalism anymore. Socialism is already here. It's not just at the door. It's already in the house. It's drinking. It's pissing everywhere. It's here. But it's not like he can't. He like you say, he has a lot of money. He can open up a commune for him and his friends, and they could all figure it out. I got an idea. I'm going to sell it. Socialism. The government owns your ideas. So where's the motivation to achieve? Absolutely. I'm sure he gives all his millions of earnings away, says Tater Squad. I doubt it. Allegedly made 200 mil. I'm assuming you said 200K, but 200M. That's what it said. Actor who doesn't realize Hollywood exists because of capitalism. He doesn't. Where's my share of the money he made in Black Widow? We actually do deserve a share for as much as we pay Disney as taxpayers. We do deserve a share back. Shit. So maybe that's another. You know what's funny? The people who believe in communism are already benefiting from it. That's why the teachers are so pro-communism. They already benefit from a ironclad teachers union, and we'll talk about how evil they are in some video I got coming out early this coming week. But they get to great kids allegedly, and sometimes not allegedly. They get to teach the kids nonsense, teach the kids lies, be shitty at their job. Work 9 months a year. Still, some of them pull up 50K. A lot of them don't make shit, but and then they get angry about that. But and then they always have a job no matter what, because the government, just Big Daddy government, takes care of them. And this asshole, misinformed, but I still think of it as an asshole to just assume people can be compelled to share shit just because you want them to, like your private property doesn't matter. But he works for a major corporation that benefited from a manufacturer, in my opinion, crisis, whatever you think of the coup, benefited from a lot of money that they shouldn't have, taxpayer money, hard-earned taxpayer money. And he's like, oh, yeah, the government should just pay for it. Socialism is great. It's like, whatever, man. Whatever, bro. And I mean, I'm not sure. Apparently, at least from the previews, it looked like he would just get, bad dad, goofy dad, be made fun of. That's what I saw from the trailer. I'm not sure if that's what happened in the movie, but that's what I saw. So that's what he thinks, though. These are the acting class. Now I have a question. Yeah, pandemic. Like, how much do you think he actually believes this? Do you think he's an idiot, or do you think he's saying this to be a part of, as Kwame Brown would call it, the go along to get along gang? Do you think he's just saying this because this is what you say in Hollywood? You think he's saying this because he's an idiot and he believes this? Or do you think, hey, somebody else told him to say it? Like, what do you think? Because that's always an interesting angle to kind of explore. Because as much as I can, pick apart the logic or lack thereof, a lot of times the people saying this don't mean it, or not the ones saying it. They're saying it because, it's the company line and they got to. So I don't know David Harbour from a hole in the wall. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that angle? Let's see if there's anything else to pick apart. I'll wait for you guys to react, and then we'll go to the next story. Look at that cranium. That man's definition of a blockhead. No offense to all the bricks and blocks out there. Yeah, he does have some skull meat going on. Does have a big head. And I mean, again, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't believe this and just like, hey, I know the company line. I know my part. I'm just going to talk shit. Let's see what the comments said. Were there any comments? Doesn't look like it. Oh, no, they aren't in the front of the comments. Such why, yeah. Is he a millionaire celebrity? What is he from? Is it Stranger Things? Yeah, then he hops into his new Audi, to his big house in Hollywood Hills before going on his 2-month vacation to the Mediterranean. He ain't flying coach these press junkets. He isn't staying on someone's couch. He's in first class Fairmont Suites. A nice black sedan, a private driver take him anywhere in between. Actors should just shut up. They're the biggest hypocrites on earth. I agree. Harbour's an idiot. Plain and simple, uses kindergarten as an example of socialism. Should really proves the point. Yeah, a lot of kindergarten-minded people. You're right. I don't know kindergartens where the kids are encouraged to murder their classmates and burn down their homes. There you go. Okay. I guess we will go on to the next story. I'm not sure if you guys will react a little later because there is a delay. It's streaming. It's just what it is. But this is something actually 24/7 told me about. And this is interesting. There's plans that there's going to be a Batgirl solo film, unrelated to the Snyderverse, and potentially even unrelated to the Batman, that will cast another version of Commissioner Gordon, because the Snyderverse has J.K. Simmons, the Batman verse, the Matt Reeves, the Batman has Jeffrey Wright. And apparently there's going to be a Batgirl solo film. I'm not sure if they'll still keep her a ginger, but that would have a totally different Commissioner Gordon. So, but we'll see. I mean, DC never knows what they're doing in any era. Now with this whole Discovery thing and them being basically packaged for sale, potentially. So yeah, we'll see. He has to be a Marxist or he won't be in Disneyland. Yeah, there's part of me he wonders if he even believes the shit he's saying. Part of me really does wonder that. Because I don't think everybody, it's easy to think, oh, they're a stupid actor. I don't know if all of them that dumb. I think a lot of them know what time it is, know what to say if they want to keep working. But little is definitively known about the Batgirl film, supposedly in development at Warner Brothers. But given how the studio's entire slate of DC films is set to be affected by the chaos of the multiverse and Andy Muschietti's Flash, it's no surprise that a new rumor suggests Barbara Gordon's solo outing can not only stand alone in its own continuity, but also recast the role of Commissioner Gordon. This new rumor comes from a vlogger, Beyond the Trailer host, Grace Randolph. So I'd still smash. Who, in an update to her previous scoops from last year, has now claimed that a recently leaked casting call indicates the planned Batgirl film will cast somebody other than Commissioner Gordon actors J.K. Simmons and Jeffrey Wright. As I mentioned, they're the ones playing Commissioner Gordon now. And this is how he looks in the comics. Today is being reported that Batgirl will have a different Commissioner Gordon due to the leak of the casting call that she said she reported to you over a year ago, to us a year ago. Here they still want Keaton to show up in this. Interesting. So she's quoting something she said in April 2020. For now, Warner Brothers is thinking of making a standalone DCEU Batgirl movie, but will have a different Commissioner Gordon, not Jeffrey Wright. The Batman exists in a vacuum like Joker, huh? This is insane. What are they doing with the canon of this shit? Black lesbian Commissioner Gordon, Commissioner Jane Gordon, and her daughter Barbara, maybe. Female action film Batgirl will be crap. Called it like Black Widow. There's some female action films that are pretty cool. Long Kiss Goodnight. I like the first Kill Bill. Second one was okay, but I like the first one a lot. So they exist. Aliens. They exist. According to Cosmic Book News, that we ain't getting them no time soon, though. The alleged casting call is reportedly looking for an actress in their 20s to play Barbara and someone in his, so there we go, they assumed his gender, 50s who can play the Commissioner as a strong supporting character. While CBN and others predict that Barbara will be race swapped. Oh, boy. There's no word that WB intends to make a change to her character. If her head is red, her race, it will be dead. You know, I mean, you can imagine, yeah. They just love race swapping redheads. The ginger side will continue. I'm willing to put money on that. No, Ginger Ninja, I'm sorry. Speaking of gingers, he has no interest in any of this. I'm a Batman fan, though, man. I'm a Batman fan, and I just, with all this stuff, I don't expect good things. There's no way we're going to get something good, but I can't help but to wonder. I'm sorry about the plight of your people, Ginger Ninja. I apologize. As a Batman fan, it's like being a Lions fan, Pistons fan. Hey, we got Cade Cunningham coming, or Jalen Green, who looks solid in his own right. But I still want to know what happens. As Lions fans, I still want to know what happens. I expect the Lions to win the Super Bowl next year. No, they're not going to win the Super Bowl next year. But I'm still going to keep up with the Lions, and that's the problem with fandom. in general. Certain properties, like I mean, I am a Marvel fan. Don't get me wrong, but I could completely let go. Batman, Ginger Ninja says, "Hey, I have no interest in the movie. I love Batman, but even as a Batman property, I still kind of care. I liked Batgirls. It was a comic that came out. I couldn't tell you when it did. I want to say sometime in the 2000s. Could have been in tens. But Batgirl Year One, it was like a 6-issue series. It was really cool. Really cool. The casting call also describes the villain as a former disgruntled firefighter in his 50s, 60s. So it's probably going to be Garfield Lynn's Firefly. It doesn't have a release date. The project did add Bad Boys for Life director Miss Marvel series co-creator Adil Harib and Bilal Fallah to its production. Along Birds of Prey, I couldn't imagine. Birds of Prey and Bumblebee writer Christina Hodson, who's providing the screenplay. I'm not expecting anything good. A lot of people like Bumblebee. I checked out Anything Bayformers. I know that's supposed to be a little bit of a reboot, and people do like it, but it's neither here nor there. With Batgirl, this is what they're saying. With Batgirl, this is who is this? Christian Burr. She's one of the producers on the movie. With Batgirl, we hope to take the audience on a fun ride and see a different side of Gotham. Christina's script is cracking with spirit. Adele and Bilal have an excited Jay Thalas energy, which is infectious, making them the perfect film makers for this. I'm just psyched to be a part of the DC universe, which is super cool. To be fair, a lot of producers, especially the women, usually, especially with a women property, go, this is going to be strong. This is going to take on the patriarchy. This is going to be, we even saw, remember with Mortal Kombat, that producer talking about the strong Asian lead, destroying the white male, whatever the fuck he was talking about. I don't want to misquote it. It was something like, he didn't want to have a typical white male, and that's why Johnny Cage wasn't in. So we've seen producers say a lot of shit, a lot of bullshit, and we didn't get that here. So I just want to be fair. I just want to be call it down the middle like Bill Alfonso in ECW. This is not women good, man bad, and we could have got that from the producer, and that's it for the article. So I'm not sure what to make of this. I want it to be good, like I said. In the same way, I'm a Lions fan, I'm a Pistons fan, I'm a Red Wings fan, I'm a Detroit sports fan. Even though all these sports piss me off, even though the fucking NBA can't even send a Team USA that can beat Nigeria, apparently. There's just part of me that still cares somewhat. Even with the star, like I don't know if I'm gonna watch everything, but I want to see what happens. If let's say we don't get a bunch of woke verbiage, like I said, the producer didn't talk woke. A lot of producers have. Maybe they're getting the message. Maybe they just didn't get enough time to speak woke. But let's say there isn't a consistent woke message. I do like Batgirl as a character, and we get reports that they're going to try to make something good, which I don't know. Maybe it's a fun ride. Who knows? I might check it out. Yen says a good female action film is on par with an average male action film. The top level is not for women. Oh, Jens. Never change. Oh, man, I actually have the 60s Batman TV show on, I think, Blu-ray. And it's actually, it's fun. It's fun. We watched the 60s Batman TV show before I watch any of this dookie. Yeah, that's probably a better choice. That's actually, the 60s Batman TV show is probably a better choice for some. If you want something entertaining, you may not catch on with the humor. But if you want something really entertaining, you can do a lot worse than that 60 Batman TV show. So if you're just like, I don't know what to watch, that's something to toss on. Hear what you're saying, VW. Props for you continue to watch on the wall. Yeah. I want to see what happens. Cassandra Cain Batgirl in the early 2000s was decent. Yeah. Bumblebee was passable, but this Batgirl project looks like one over trash. And I appreciate you, Michael's Asylum, a recent sub. So thank you. I thank you for your sub. I think it was just the other day. And thank you for showing up to the stream and already in the chat. Thank you, Michael. Bumblebee was okay, but that's because Bumblebee did get cucked in his own movie. And hey, you gotta take. Hey, you know what? That's a kind of a pass for what was the other movie she did though that was terrible. I'm sorry, I already forgot. That's what happens when you have a fish memory. Don't use plants, kids. Bumblebee, Birds of Prey. Ooh, okay. Birds of Prey. She will have no hero's journey. She will at least have to introduce her in a Batman film first. They will have to have an established Batman to play off of, I would have to think. Hey, the wait now. Appreciate it. That's why I leave it to you guys to watch it for me. I don't have time to waste shit on anymore. I don't watch everything. Like I said, I'm not watching Black Widow. Not doing it. But I'll probably watch this. When I'm interested in something, I'll probably watch. I'll probably watch one Marvel thing I may watch is What If. I may review that. Hell, the wait down, Drake, for stopping by my stream last night. I always appreciate the support. I appreciate the support of each other. Everyone support each other. You all have great channels. If there's a mod, please plug your own channel and plug everyone else's if you can. I know it's a lot of work for the mods. And hell, it's the wait down from Glenzer. Last night, that's when he subbed. I appreciate it. You think women can run at the top level with men, stop female sports? Well, Jens, actually, by the modern definitions of women, yes, there are definitely women that can run at the top level with men. Maybe not ones that were born women, but definitely people who define themselves as women, if you catch my drift. Right, wait down. Batgirl enemy on her film should be Lady Shiva. Potential. More than enough, bud. More than enough. Okay. Suns Bucks is in the NBA's finals. Anyone want to know who's in the WNBA finals? Didn't think so. No one does. No one cares about the WNBA, and it never will. I can only wonder how long that league can last. Hell, Red Lantern FA. But I have some interest. And wait down promoting the Ginger Ninja because I popped the bubbles like a kid. I have a mailer and I can't, and it has like the bubble wrap in it. So if you hear that in the background, I apologize. Just a nervous habit. But yeah, please check out the Ginger Ninja's amazing art. Please give him a sub. But I'm interested in seeing how this plays out. You mentioned sports. I think it's interesting. I think I want to see what happens. Is this going to be another woke piece of trash? Is this going to be decent? Is this going to be not woke but still shitty? We'll see. And hell, Islington girl, more socialism. When can we start using commie as a slur and shouting at them? I think we can do so now. There are commies. I'm not sure if you checked out my earlier coverage of David Harbour of Black Widow fame talking. He doesn't understand why everyone is in socialism. He doesn't understand. WNBA equals welfare NBA. They're supported by the NBA revenue. That's a fact, not an insult. Yeah, you're 100% correct, Linzer. They're only at Marxism level. We have to wait. No, I don't think they're commies now. Fucking commies. But we don't have to wait. But that's that. Michael's Asylum says we for now have to wait to call them full-on communists. By the time they get on to full-on communism all the way, and they're close. They're close because there's a thin line between love and hate. But by the time they get there, it'll be too late, which it may end up being anyway. We'll see. So basically, you agree with me on women's sports. Well, here's the thing. I do think women's sports can be interesting in and of themselves, right? Obviously, a woman cannot athletically achieve what a man can. But the competition itself can still be interesting if promoted right and even if done right. They're a bunch of dirty communists. Says Islington girl. I love it. And but they're only rookie commies. That may be true. I don't even know if they're rookie commies. I don't even know if they like I talked about with David Harbour. I don't even know if they understand what the hell they're getting into. I think they're just saying what they think they need to say. I don't think they know what communism is, even though they're the champagne socialists. And hey, Red Lantern's promoting Wake Down, we're promoting Red Lanterns, Red Lantern FA, or Red Lantern Frank's channel. And I see a little evil in that channel. And he's a proud nationalist. Oh, if you're a white nationalist, white supremacy, that's a joke. At least I hope. I mean, if you are a white nationalist, that'd be odd. Because then my brother feels good, like nationalistic. Nationalism. I don't know if nationalism is an issue, right? Like you should care. You should love the country you're born in or you're in, right? I mean, like why they're trying to get rid of patriotism, which is odd to me. It's one thing. I mean, when you talk about a racial nationalism or ethno nationalism, even though there are some ethno states, but just like this, and I wouldn't consider America to be one. But you should love your country and want to be America first. Yeah, Glenser's right about this. Women wrestlers have vastly improved. I'll give them that. I love communism. I love Lamp. Yeah, I don't think Harbour knows. He doesn't know what communism is. He was just like, it doesn't sound like it. No need to see a woman's action film. You will not expect much for a 15-year-old boy. Oh, boy. I want people to succeed and work hard and have all the resources they need. I agree. Nationalism is fine. We're all here in the nation. There you go. Oak Squasher does have, he's the executive producer and benefactor of the Vigilante Williamson show and of the channel. And he has some really cool flight videos. He's a pilot. He's been doing a lot of training for a new plane he's flying. And he has cool videos. He doesn't do them that often, but he does have some cool videos on the channel. And wait down, don't forget to promote yourself. Please plug yourself. Not in that way. TC, we're at the point where we need to say, nope, you're idiots. We apologize for nothing. You can't make us hate our friends and neighbors, black, white, Latino, whatever. Yeah, whatever they are, fuck off. I agree with that. As far as communism. And again, we covered a little bit of that in the David Harbour story. So if you haven't checked it out, if you go back in the stream, and I might clip it out because it was pretty interesting. And there's some, speaking of interesting, talk about communism. To kind of get into social Marxism. It's not quite Marxism. If you're super technical and need to be all, I know some people in the chat are a little more technical with that than I am. But this is a little bit of, actually, I got to hit the mute button before I get into the drop.
Get what you fucking deserve.
Now, when I say that, I'm not saying death threats. I don't think anyone deserves death threats. I don't want it to be said that I don't want someone to get death threats. I think death threats are stupid as bullshit, right? No one should be harassed. But what I am saying is, once you try to pander to a group and you end up offending them, there's something to be said about that. Now, the reaction may be too much, but at the same time, there's something to be said about going out of your way and coming up with a very superficial portrayal of a group in an efforts to pander to them and ending up offending them. We saw this happen with Shang-Chi and the Eternals. Two examples of Disney through Marvel, funny enough, because it's a Marvel writer, pander to China and offend China, and now those movies won't be released in China, even though that's the whole point of both of them. Because Shang-Chi is all, all these Chinese actors, and they think it's just pandering and some racism involved, which they're probably right. And with the Eternals, they have this director who's pissed off not just the government, but a lot of the audience in China. So it was a pander gone wrong, and here's another one. And it's unfortunate that someone's gotten death threats. That's again way too fucking far. But people being pissed, you understand. Marvel writer Leah Williams found herself the target of death threats after a retcon featured in the 10th, most recent and final issue of X Factor Fire Gala tie-in issue featuring a very LGBTQ roster of mutants sparked outrage amongst some online fans. The anger against Williams stemmed from a subplot found within the book in which Prodigy, recently resurrected thanks to Krakoa's mutant facility resurrection protocols, and that's a whole nother thing. We're talking about the X-Men current canon, retraces his steps across LA to uncover the truth about his own murder, which occurred almost 1 year before he began his investigation. So to kind of go off of that, they have these resurrection things, so a lot of mutants never die, and so he's trying to figure out his own murder, which is crazy to think. In pursuit, Prodigy soon finds himself in the Bel Air mansion of a film producer who had a penchant from going to clubs and stalking young black queer men. It happened when the habit the mutant eventually fell to himself. Oh Lord, confronting and assaulting the billionaire slash predator, he's eventually joined by his friend and fellow mutant Eye Boy, who I guess they killed this guy. What the fuck? So after it hit the shelves, many readers took issue with the fact that the story is published on the last day of Pride Month, feeling insulted to receive what they perceived as an insensitive and offensive story following exhausting month of various companies trying to virtue signal for Pride. More specifically, the fans had a fit over Williams' treatment of Prodigy, particularly her writing of the character due to his recently turned this character into LGBTQ. In the early days of New X-Men, David had somewhat relationship with a female member, Serge Nakora Ishida. Years later, during the Emperor crossover, he came out as bi and confessed his feelings for Hawkling in the issue, to no one's surprise. Apparently, he's now dating Tommy, aka Speed, son of Scarlet Witch. Feeling slighted by Williams, who, according to her pinned tweet, identifies as part of that collective. These outraged fans proceed to express their disgust with Prodigy's story in a variety of ways on social media. So this is Leah Williams. I never posted these. Happy Pride for me. A chaotic disaster by. Okay, that sounds unappealing. The backlash against her wasn't limited to a couple of tweets from some random accounts, as a litany of tweets expressed various degrees of contempt with Williams' writing and swore off any further titles. Let's see. Geesh. Ex-spoilers, grape, racism, assault. I don't have clear words on this yet, but I'm tired of people being vague about it and wondering. This issue has a B plot about David's previous grape and murder by a serial killer who targets young queer black guys. Holy smokes. It's an attempt at touching on a racialized violence that fails in gross ways because it's an unnecessary depiction of David's body. The topic is brushed aside far too quickly. And Aura uses it to endorse the death penalty in the prison system. What the fuck? Oh, yeah, you're not supposed to like prison. Which, I mean, there's a lot of issues with our prison system. And there's a lot of backlash. Kendall struck on Twitter. Voice on Twitter, whatever you think of it, because, I'm not a fan of it. Voice concerns, even though I put my link out there, so you got to do what you got to do. But the issue promoted the death penalty in the prison system is unacceptable. Many social media users called her out for her writing. It's also inappropriate to be writing about the assault of a black male. I agree. I'm so sick of them fucking with us. It's incongruous for us to push ideas of the justice system and imprisonment, which, I mean, they're heroes, so you think they are a part of the justice system. That's neither here nor there. We see Marvel pushing away his woke audience. I don't know if they're pushing away. I think they're just not connecting with them. I don't know if they're smart enough to know what they were doing. So here, like I said, there's death threats. And I guess she's writing more stuff. That's that's neither here nor there. The main point is they tried to pander. They came up with this Hellfire Gala. They added celebrities. They scheduled it for Pride Month. They got a bi creator. They did everything they could to pander to this group, and they pissed them off. That's the funny thing. See what you guys just said. Yeah, you guys are going in. And Hell Basco scenario. Hey, bud, what's good? Good to see you. Yeah, good to see you here too. And Justin Norman being promoted by the Wake Down. Hopefully he's promoted himself. If women are so tough, how come wife beaters don't brag about it too much? Pretty brutal. We don't want to see that either. I think she should write every Marvel comic. I wouldn't say that. When people in glass houses throw stones, you know what you get. Yeah, because Leah Williams is not good. At least from what I've heard. I can't act like I read comics like that. I don't anymore. Stop. I have no idea who you're talking about. Lies. I guess maybe he felt over-promoted. But no, please check out Justin Normie and sub to him if you haven't already. Basco Scenario makes videos. So does the Wake Down. Please sub to the Wake Down and Basco Scenario. Sub to everyone. Everyone sub to each other. You guys are great. Yep. Disney Marvel, play stupid games, get stupid prizes. Exactly, Michael's Asylum. Maybe, just maybe, it's some crazy 4D chess going on. I don't know. Because Michael Asylum says, SJWs can't understand checkers. They can't. Connect 4, Tic Tac Toe, Hangman. These games are beyond their comprehension. LGBTQIX. How many of the 26 letters they want? Well, they definitely want P. And I'll talk about that in the future video coming up early this week. 27. Yeah, 26 letters. Yeah. Boy, what a great idea to make you look soy as fuck. Yeah. It looks crazy. All the letters, few numbers, and fine selection of popular symbols. Some emojis. Yeah. Y'all may be right. I don't know if Freddie Mercury was serious when he said I want it all. I want it all. Sounds like oof. Can I not say that name? I don't even know who he is, but since you spelled it out like that, it makes you think I can't say it. Marvel's intentionally putting out this trash. Maybe. Appreciate the call out. Respect. Yeah. Hey, I want everyone to get subs. And hopefully Wait Down promotes his own channel because he does good work. But yeah, just like I said earlier, man, what do you get when you try to pander to somebody and you do everything to pander to a group and it backfires?
Get what you fucking deserve.
And so that's what I think happened to Marvel. And that's what's happened many a times with a lot of stuff Disney's done. Like I mentioned, the Disney through Marvel, the Eternals and Shang-Chi were that, and looks like this was as well. Thank you, Chad. No, thank you, Basco Scenario. I like the new logo. I wish you the best, and I hope your channel grows further than mine. Which happened to the Nerdporio. He was I always say, oh, your channels grow more than mine. His actually is bigger than mine. So it's happened. Our society is on the verge of a real communications breakdown. Oh, we're way past communications breaking down. I knew it was happening when MySpace was going to come out. When MySpace was out, I saw people change. And then when they got that hit on their phones, because smartphones came out, when Facebook and Twitter and Instascam got big, I saw people change immediately. And the communications breakdown got bigger and bigger and bigger for likes and shares. And it's gotten to the point where we cannot communicate with each other anymore, at least at a macro level. I guess if you really want to see more of me, which you should, it's a great channel, check out the Wait Down. Check them out. Leah Williams thought she was the Kung Fu Panda, but she got chopped. Exactly. Yeah, Nerdporio will be at 1,000 soon. He's at 785. Find out why. Has great videos. He has great videos. A lot of videos who have 20,000 views and shit like that. Really good work. I'd be lying if I didn't say Nerdporio was part of the inspiration of the change. One of many. A lot of another channel inspired the change. Comics by Perch made me realize I can do videos with just pictures and audio, and so that's why some of my videos are going to be that way. And Nerdporio and actually Joseph Anderson is inspiring my reviews and doing long form review. Even though I got a Nerdporio style video, I'm hoping to get out by next week as well. What we have here is a failure to communicate. And what I mean by Nerdporio, but just a fan love fest of one of my favorite movies. You guys could guess, but I'm not going to say anymore. I'm talking about people not being able to understand basics. You see people that working at McDonald's that can't take an order right. You're telling me. It's a lot of that social media still, though, because social media dumbed down technology and dumbed down communication. It really idiocratized communication, where you have grown people saying OMG and shit like that. And so people don't understand things. And man, as a fat fuck, let me tell you, I mean, there's some cool fast food places, but they're just getting worse and worse. And part of it is it's harder to find people to hire. That damn worker shortage. Damn you, Biden. Well, you got to blame Orange Man, too. Just paying all these fucking people. But Biden kept it going. All right. We got one more subject I wanted to get into. And it kind of goes in what we were saying about these Hollywood actors. They don't really understand us at all. They don't really understand it. LOL, heard my name by surprise. Well, I was talking in the chat about, Basco Snare said, thank you. I said, listen, I always say I want you guys to grow past me, and Nerdporio fucking did it. He's at 785. Hopefully we got him higher. You'll be at 1K, and then I can write off of you'll be at 100K by the end of the year. That's my prediction, and I can write off of your coattails. And I'm going to use some of your influence and to some of my videos. I got not necessarily my review video. That's more Joseph Anderson influenced, but there's a video, a little fan love video I'm going to try to work on this week that is going to be a little influenced by you. So we'll see. Marvel writes today, OMG, adulting is like really, really hard. That's really what they think. And hell, buddy, yeah, you're the man, Nerd Porio. And that 70s Rock fan, another great channel. Another great channel. A guy who saw every band that mattered back when it mattered. Please check his channel out. Yeah, I cut out the fast food, eat simple ingredient food, and plan some gym time. I gotta cut out the fast food, and I don't. I gotta wean myself off. It's sick. I've gotten stuff so I can cook more. I've heard people say if you can eat your own cooking, you can cook. And I got to get back to just cooking. I used to be able to cook meals. They weren't like chef, stuff that I liked. It was good enough for me, and it was a lot healthy. I've lost weight before. I've kept it off for a few years before, but I had already crept back up, and the lockdown just made me just really let myself go. Honestly, I don't know how you're not at 1,000. Erotic is constantly complimenting me. Man, I don't, that doesn't, you know what? I've always wondered if I got in late on a Nerdrotic promotion chain and maybe just the people got sick of pity clicking people. But Nerdrotic's compliments outside of one time haven't really done as much. Really, the thing with my subs have almost all been from guesting on Comics Division. I have gotten a lot of subs recently off a lot of my content. The Cameron Pasha video has gotten a lot of people to sub. But yeah, that's why I'm switching the style up. Oh, never forget about my partner in culture crime fighting, Matt from Fireball Productions. And yeah, 70s Rock fan. Wait down, you're killing it as a mod, man. Shout out to the Modulante. New Bomb Turk isn't around. But thank you, Wake Down. I appreciate it. Stop my ad reach. Things will slow down now. I want to earn the remainder organically. How much? Ooh, I'll ask that later. TC just tipped $5. Let's see what TC said. Appreciate the tip. Just a tip. Matt Damon stole Steven Seagal face and hair. Keep doing what you do, VW. Shout out to Steven Seagal. Shout out to Fat Steven. Maybe we'll be doing something together. We'll see. But how much was it worth it? You know what I mean? Because I am gonna if ever I do music and I want to, I gotta get through the musical block mentally as well. But I'm willing to pay for ads for that. I'm willing to put some money behind the ads for music. But I'm wondering if I should do it for the videos. I'll wait. Like I said, it's much more worth it for music. But how worth it was it? I saw your view count. It was pretty impressive. But like, how did it cost a lot? Is it like is it a 3-figure payment, or is it a 4-figure payment that required to get those type of views, or a 5-figure payment? How much did it cost, man? How much did the money cost? Because you make good stuff. It's not just, I think a lot of it is really good. But you have good content, dedication will win in the long run. Good night, you all. Thank you for the help on the channel. Keep up the good work. You too. He said, good work, Vigilante. You all take care. Got to go to bed. Got to get up at 5 a.m. Good night. Yeah, we're going to do our last story. And yes, I do. Boobs. Yeah, Boobs. Shout out to Boobs. Take care, just a normie. You're here, that 70s Rock fan. So great. So many East Coast YouTubers, they divide the viewers, but a West Coast guy like Narada get virtually all the West Coast viewers. Yeah. And he'll get the Australia and some other markets viewers. So yeah. I was kind of in a Steven Seagal movie. Oh, that's pretty cool, Michael's Asylum. Which one, if you can tell us? I don't think they do much in terms of helping smaller channels. It's not them that need to grow the channels, up to us. That's what it is. I really got to grow myself. That's why I'm trying to do different things as far as the channel. That's why I'm trying to do daily videos. I'm going to try to do long form reviews of things that I like and long form video types and different video types. And yes, there are definitely people in the US at least who have that East Coast, West Coast mentality. It's more of just that sleep, the hour, the mentality. You know what I mean? Like if you do a movie at midnight, or not movie, if you do a stream or something at midnight, On the East Coast, it's still 9 p.m. on the West Coast. So there's still people who are on that side of that country who are going to see things. So it was a 4-figure. Whew. Still a little bit, and I'm not doing it again. I mean, like I said, I don't know if I'll put. It was 4-figure total though. Like how much per video? That's that's a better question. How much per video? Because if it's like if you say two, because I mean for a couple of songs, I'm thinking of it for me in the future. Will it be worth it? Do you like because back in the day you just have like 2 or 3 singles for an album, so I could just go with that sort of mentality. Do you like video games? Do you like Steven Seagal? Do you like yelling at people? Check out Fat Steven Seagal. I'm listening. Yeah, Fat Steven Seagal has a lot of great content. Got to spend money. It takes money to make money. Oh wait, none of you are from Detroit. Outside there is Munchausen, so you don't know that song. But it's a Detroit classic. Shout out to Stretch Money. You take money to make money. And Toxic Man Flu, thank you, Toxic Man Flu of Dick's Division, says you got to spend money to make money. Have to be willing to work at anything. That's just to have a chance, opportunity, luck play a big part. Yeah, I definitely will probably pay for, like I said, marketing for music. Trying to see if it's worth it for anything else. Out of Justice and Out for Justice, uncredited in a crowd singing a sharp part of it in my old neighborhood. Pretty cool. I'm going to do a series of horror reviews in the fall. I just released a trailer called Serial Horror Sessions, and I want to get feedback on what I should review in the comments. I'm not a big horror guy. I really do not like horror movies, but I know a lot of people in the community do. They could give you better feedback for that. You pay per view, and that's out of your control. You have to have a budget of what you're willing to spend per month. I see. And does it work for just the videos you select? I'm assuming. So you select like 2 or 3 videos and say I got, let's say I got $500 budget, and then it's just pay per view up to $500. That's what I'm assuming. And yeah, I got one more story to cover before we get out of here. I'll see what you guys are talking about. Chat. Wait for him to answer and see if anyone else has anything to say in the chat. Speaking of my culture and crime fighting, again, I have the Stream Elements bot. Please sub to him. Please give Matt a sub if you haven't already, especially if you want to see the Culture Crime Fighters Wednesday. It's on this channel. So please give him a sub. When you get free a sec, check your Bluebird since your first pass attempt at the thumbnail. So yeah, I got weight down. I'm working for a generic thumbnail I gave like a terrible idea. I just did I tried to work on one. And I got the weight down to work on one because I want to do a generic thumbnail for the Vigilante Williamson show. When I relaunch that, I don't want to do another official Vigilante Williamson show episode until I've done my review, and I do want it to be a little bit different from this. That's why I just opened up with gaming. I actually like what the weight down did. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Along the lines I'm looking up. But he said he wants to do variation. I'll check out his other variation. But that is along the lines what I'm looking up, man. And I think it's better than what I did. So thank you, man. Thank you. All right, let's talk about Steven Seagal or Matt Damon. He says that doing research for his role in Stillwater was an eye-opening experience that changed his preconceived notions of blue-collar America. These movie stars and then FBI, CIA agents like Damon and Affleck, yes, you can look that up if you don't believe me, they don't really understand how we live. To quote Michael Jackson, all I really know is that they don't really care about us. I may have messed the lyric up, but they don't care about us. So it's interesting to see Matt Damon. I almost called him Matt Damon. Maybe I'm not too far off again. Maybe an intelligence agent. But he says it's an eye-opening experience to actually do research for blue-collar America and see how it actually is. At this year's Cannes Film Festival, that must have just happened because a lot of news and stuff is coming out of Cannes. Hollywood, he was a Hollywood A-lister. He's not anymore because I'm not sure if Hollywood A-lister is even a thing. Revealed that rather interestingly, that working on his role for Tom McCarthy, Stillwater challenged his preconceived notions regarding rural blue-collar U.S. citizens and their politics. In McCarthy's new crime drama, Damon plays the character Bill Baker, an oil rig worker in Stillwater, Oklahoma. In order to research for the role, the actor spent time with Texan and Oklahoman roughnecks, experiences which he described as an eye-opening experience. Culturally, it's very specific. It's a very specific place and different from how Tom McCarthy and I grew up. So it's really fascinating. Damon explained in this interview given last Friday at the Cannes Film Festival. Damon is from the Northeast. He's from Boston or that area. I'm not sure if it was Boston specifically, but I think he's a masshole or some New Englander. He may not be a masshole. I just know he's a New Englander. But these people were wonderful to us and really helped us. I didn't know when I read the script how specific this culture was in Texas and Oklahoma, these roughnecks and what they do. So it was really eye-opening for me. When asked by one of the interviewers about his own thoughts about this character's stance and what would have been in last year's election, Damon, oh, Jesus. Sorry. What the hell is happening? Oh, my God. I'm sorry. The sound just went wonky and all these things started making all these ads made noise, but you guys can hear it because I have the sound sharing off. But he says Oklahoma, I think, was the reddest state in the last two elections. You talk to those roughnecks and they're always going to vote. I mean, they're in the oil business and their livelihood depends on that. So I don't think it's a question at all. We didn't want to make it expressly political. He is who he is, and he is from where he's from, and the movie has a lot of empathy for him, and so do we. Basically, he's saying in this statement, like, hey, I understand why they don't want to vote for assholes trying to take their jobs. Like, that's logical. And even for one of these crazy socialist Hollywood actors, that's growth. We rarely see stuff like that. He adds to the reason why his character didn't vote in the movie because of the simple fact he was in prison for going on to express his respect for oil rig workers and how unapologetic they are in regards to their political beliefs. Yeah, these guys don't apologize for who they are or what they believe ever. Do you own a gun? Yeah, I've got two. You know what I mean? The time Tom and I spent in Oklahoma was absolutely critical to building this character. We got so much guidance from these guys. He then went on to reminisce about how the men he spent time with not only invited me into their homes, but and backyard barbecue and guitar come out and somebody starts singing church songs, but taught him how to properly dress for the role. They all have goatees, hat and the glasses, described Damon. Strong guys, because that's what they do. They're not six-pack ab guys, but they're strong. Though he doesn't often share his own thoughts on politics, Damon is no stranger to speaking on the topic publicly. I wish him well. We all must. A successful American president is good for us, and then we have to be rooting for him right now, said the actor when asked on his opinion on then President Donald Trump during an interview in 2017. So is Matt Damon one of those closet conservatives? Is he? Or is he just a common sense guy that nowadays is considered conservative because he's just not a part of the far left? Later in 2019, when it's even less cool to say that, he doubled down on his original statement about Trump. So, what I said then is what I still feel. I root strongly for the president of our country, asserting we need him to do well because that's good for everybody. CNN didn't feel that way. So did a lot of lefties. They were cool with sacrificing the country just to get the orange man out of office. I think the presidential election, all of it, including the 6, was one big work, as I mentioned in a video last week, but that's neither here nor there. Conversely, he's mentioned that both he was a supporter of Biden, and he's thrilled to have Kamala Harris, and so he's still a Democrat. So I mean, he's not a closet conservative. That answers my question. Even though maybe he is a closet conservative and just saying that to keep his job. Who knows? But I mean, I don't know how you could like what Kamala Harris did in California. She's an evil human. That's neither here nor there. Just some of the stuff she did was very, very evil. Who's in Thornton, right? No, I didn't know that. Didn't see it. Damon believes spending time with oil rig workers and from Oklahoma was such an eye-opening experience, which she seemingly deemed as positive. One can only wonder the kind of experience renowned actor had witnessing the first 5 months of the Biden presidency, if you consider it that. So it's just an interesting thing. Like I said, he still may be a socialist. He could be a champagne socialist, could be a closet conservative, just saying what he needs to say. I'm not sure either way. But just interesting that they actually yeah. Welcome to Earth, Matt Damon. Such an asshole in that one movie. What was the movie? Interstellar. But yeah.
Welcome to the party, pal.
It's like, yeah, There's a reason people think the way they do. Can you believe that? And the first wait down saying, no problem, my friend. Thank you. The reporter saying hi to everybody. Everyone saying hi to him. He's a fake. He has no idea how regular people function. He probably had this like National Geographic. And the man drinks the beer at the bar. Like, you know what I mean? He probably was so like mind blown. I don't know. Yeah, welcome to Earth, Matt Damon again. TC saying hi to everybody. Yeah, who are the Hollywood A-listers today? In the 90s, it was Harrison Ford, Julia Robbins, Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan. I could probably push back a little bit, Meg Ryan, but she did do the rom-com. Jim Carrey. I put Will Smith in that category as well. There are no A-listers now. The A-listers now are Logan Paul and PewDiePie and Mr. Beast, man. Like, and whoever's hot on TikTok. Those are the A-listers now. Matt Damon got red pilled. We are safe. Yeah, he's not a conservative. He's a fake. He's just a guy. He's probably an intelligence agent. Like, I'm not joking about that. No, he just knows to talk about a president that the people will watch. Well, he's talked bad about those comments were out of the context of this movie. So that one from 2017, another in 2019. I'm not sure when the movie was filmed. It could have been 2019. But you know what I mean? That was they were out of the context of the film, at least I believe. I believe a lot of those comments, those comments were in the Cannes Film Festival. So he was saying that this around now. Now, you could be right. Some of the recent comments were now, but some of the other comments about supporting President Trump when he was the president was when he was the president. So I don't know. There might be some truth to that. Yeah, Kamala Harris. But him being a fake piece of shit, like I said, he's probably an intelligence agency. Perfect pronunciation. When Kamala Harris got elected to the Senate with no competitor on the ballot, I was pissed. I saw that on my ballot. Yeah, they do a lot of evil shit like that. I remember when I voted, and that'll probably be the last time I vote because I believe it to be a work, unfortunately. They had a lot of unopposed shit. I just didn't even check. I wasn't going to check them. I mean, that's just bullshit. That's real bullshit. What do you do? What do you do? The world is evil. But that will do it for this show. I don't know what to think of Matt Damon. I will say it's different from what we got from David Harbour. We'll see. We will see. But I want to thank everybody for joining. This is a great turnout. We also got some support from the Super Chats. You guys keep the lights on in the Vigilante Cave. We had not only Ogre Squasher with his incredible streak of $100 plus Super Chats, which are always appreciated, never obligated. Please check out his channel. He's a pilot, and he sometimes he needs to post more because those are incredible if he can do them. Incredible videos. Thank you, TC. Every tip counts. And the $5 is, I don't think anything is small money nowadays. I mean, kind of is because of inflation. But out of our pockets, every dollar counts. You could have got a chicken sandwich, and that probably get you more. You get 2 5s, you can get a Funko Pop. And that could be worth $100 in the future. Who knows? But TC still gave me a tip. He said that Matt Damon stole. He went fast Steven Seagal. He did a little bit. And to keep doing what I do, and I will. And I thank you guys. This stream went a lot better than yesterday. If you want to see my worst stream ever, and I really do think it was the worst stream I've ever done, check out yesterday's VW Casual issue or episode number 11. This is episode number 12. It is the worst show I ever did. In VW Casual, I'm going to try to figure a way to differentiate it from the Vigilante Williamson show and do special things on the Vigilante Williamson show. And I'm still in the process of reforming the channel. So pardon my YouTube dust, so to speak. Got some videos coming out early in the week. Going to try to keep out, doing at least 2 videos per day. Also, hopefully, I don't fall asleep on them. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow with my man T-Shirt Historian, I believe, on his channel. And then Wednesday, Culture Crime Fires with Matt. Again, videos throughout the week. And I got a couple videos I want to get out next weekend that are going to be big. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for the chat, super chats, regular chats, the likes, the shares, because sharing is caring. If you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share, subscribe, please do, because people like watching the playbacks. I appreciate anyone who is watching the playback. But even if you've done none of these things, thank you for watching and thank you for your time. Good night and God bless. Have a great evening, as Michael's Asylum said. And there's no worse, only opportunities to improve. No, that was the worst. That's the worst one. That's the floor. That's the floor. It was that bad. And you know why it was that bad? Because if you don't use it, you lose it. And I made the incorrect assumption that I could take a huge break from solo live streaming and just come back and all will be well. And it's not. That's not how it works. So thank you guys for bearing with me. I think I'm getting a little bit of my mojo back, so to speak. So thank you all for bearing with me. Check it out if you want to see me fail and almost cut a finger off. Otherwise, have a good night. Have a good rest of your evening. I hope you guys have a good week. Peace.